So first of all, I want to thank you all for joining this meeting. I think it's incredibly important, and that it is so important that we're recording it, and then we'll make it available to everyone. I want to start by just introducing Seshkin and Paul. So some of you know Seshkin well, others possibly via email. But Seshkin coordinates and manages, directs all our marketing efforts together with BASI systems. So it's very unique that Seshkin is managing the marketing efforts of both companies, and I feel that that is a tremendous advantage. Seshkin knows I cannot say enough good about him. He's forward-thinking, always open-minded, always ready to take advice, direction, learn. It's just wonderful working with someone so open-minded. Paul worked with me before Seshkin came on board as our search engine optimization, our SEO specialist. And Paul has done wonders. He's done an incredible job with bringing BASI right up to the highest levels of optimization in terms of search engine. So when Seshkin took over, I highly encourage Seshkin to continue using Paul's services, which he has. Paul happened to visit the BASI headquarters recently and gave us a presentation on linking between sites. I don't think it takes much convincing to know how important this is. And the results were so astounding to me that I felt that we needed to make these results and the discussion about this public. And we are either missing out on huge marketing potential, or in some cases, realizing that potential, but not as much as we could. And there's one thing I want you to all know. This is free. I'm not asking for any money. No one's asking for money. This is free. It is thousands of dollars value that we are throwing away every month. Every day we are throwing away thousands of dollars of marketing value for nothing. So I'm going to first hand over to Seshkin to say a few words, and then from then we'll let Paul take the meeting.
Thank you, Rael. Thank you for the introduction, first of all, and hello, everyone. Nice to meet you from here. I mean, Rael really nailed it, has really nice points, and it is very crucial for all of us. In means of marketing, we have this option all around the world. We have 35 countries, so many studios that we can leverage our brand and leverage and always improve our website traffic and all that. So from marketing point of view, in digital, we have two options. First, the website and connect to that applications, newsletters, and all that. And second, so now it's called social media, but it's actually internet itself. And we have two big things and channels that we can manage, and we can that can help us to earn more money. So as BASI Pilates is so strong all around the world to improve our websites and to link all of them all together is one of the key priorities, as Rael mentioned. Right now, we all know ourselves by the face, by the emails, but unfortunately, some of our friends and relatives are not connected via the websites that are being operated under the name BASI, or at least has the BASI brand in that websites. So the importance of this meeting is so crucial. Paul is a superb expert on this and is going to tell more in depth. And I believe it is very important to connect and have the connection on the back end and front end with the internet channels in marketing that we have. So that Paul is going to present a really nice presentation, and I leave the mic to him. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Seckin. Yeah, I just want to take about 15 minutes here and just cover off the real basic details. Really what I'm trying to do is almost at the most organic level is to create an increase of business at the studio level so that they have more classes, the studios are more profitable. If they're more profitable, they can invest more into training, and then that'll help the main BASI site as well. So at the organic level, in order to rank, that's really what I specialize in. It's all about links, and Google wants to tell you that it's everything but links, but the reality is it's all about links. And how many links does it take for a local website to rank in their area? Say they want to be like Pilates Amsterdam, Pilates Studio London, Chicago, whatever. I know for a fact that it takes anywhere from 10 to 100 links. In BASI's campaign, which is a national one, I have 100 links pointed at that site, and it's generating, a lot of power. So on a local level, if you had anywhere from 10 to 25 links pointed at your site, it's going to really push that local studio up to the point where it's on the first half of page 1, where it's going to be getting the bulk of the traffic. And maps these days, 60% of the traffic comes through your phone. People type in the Pilates studio in the maps, and they get the listing from there. So what everybody's sitting on is the asset of their own website. And that website, if properly utilized, can be a bonus. You could give away a link for free because it doesn't cost you a dime. But that link in return for somebody else can be very, very influential. And when I look at how many people that BASI has in its sphere, I mean, you've got roughly 12 licensees, up to 100 hosts, and anywhere from 80 to 100 partners. So that's 200 referring domains. If 10% of those were linking at any particular site, they would be ranking extremely well. So that's the critical factor. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and I want to show you what I'm talking about from BASI Pilates point of view. So this is BASI, and BASI itself is one of the more powerful websites. It's probably amongst the top. Well, let's just take another quick look at it. But it is, in terms of its rank, it's one of the top 150,000 websites on the planet. Now, if I ever see a site that's better than 1 million, that's pretty amazing. So obviously Facebook and Google are number 1 and 2. But if you got a link from a website that's like that with a domain rating 66, that's going to help your site. So in terms of BASI on their outgoing links, they have right here, if we go link domains. So these are who they are linking to. And really, Rael and Seckin, this is where if we can get all of the BASI to link to everybody would be really great. So these are the outbound links from BASI. So the BASI systems, BASI's UK, South Africa, Italy, Australia, Canada, Japan. So this should be a list of all, at the very least, the 12 partners on here. So, we'll clean that up, make sure that the BASI site is linking to all the licensees without question. And then Seckin and I will work on something to link out to the hosts as well. So, and in terms of what's got to happen here is it's got to be a reciprocal. So, I wash your back, you wash mine. That's the whole philosophy behind this. Because if BASI itself were receiving links from all the licensees, all the hosts, and all the partners, that's going to really jam it up there in terms of rankings, because the number one thing that Google's looking for, and they just had another big update in August, is they're looking for relevance. And I've been running some tests with other clients where I'm doing links just from relevant websites. And I'm finding that if I'm linking out from 100% relevant websites, in other words, when I say relevant, if you're a Pilates studio, that means that you're getting links from other Pilates studio, people in the wellness industry, but you're not getting links from, say, a payday loan company or a auto sales company. You know what I mean? It's got to be relevant. And what I've found in my testing is that you can get away with 75% less links and it gets better rankings. So that's where Google is today. It's all about relevance. So so what BASI's got to do is link out, and then everybody else has got to link to BASI. So these are the domains that are linking to BASI right now. We've got Germany, Italy, UK. Is it, what's CH again? Is that Switzerland?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Australia. I'm not sure what DK is.
Denmark.
Denmark, okay. And then Sweden, is it? Yeah.
Sweden, yes.
Yeah. So, you know, you can see here in terms of the websites, in terms of their power, the German BASI site is actually quite strong with a DR rating of 40. And then the one in Sweden is kind of no power at all. Mm-hmm. Why does it have no power? That's why. It has no referring domains linking to it. Google's all about links. They tell you that it's not, but it is. It's just about links. They own the copyright on that. So that's what it is. So basically, we've got to get people linking to BASI and linking from BASI. Does that make sense for everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And if we can get more and more people linking, and you know, it doesn't take a whole lot to set up a page for links. I mean, you could easily just set up an inner page and it could have links, or BASI has it on their studios page, you know, find a studio, whereas it links as well. So the key here is just to get as many referring domains as possible linking to your site, and any of the partners can build up the amount of referring domains linking to them by simply offering to link out to others. So if you're linking out to 5 people, then you should be getting 5 links in return. If you link out to 20 of the others, partners, hosts, and licensees, you know, and you get 20 links back, you're going to rank for just about anything. So that's the gist of what I wanted to cover here today, was to get that point across.
Paul, could you just, and without singling anyone out, I just want you to show, you showed obviously Germany, and Natasha, congratulations, you're doing a great job because it's got a domain rating.
Yeah.
40 is good, BASI is 66. As Paul showed, it ranks high in the world of websites. I just want you to, you know, indicate again, it's not about making people feel bad. It's about educating people and show, because some people may think that they've actually got a lot of links towards us. I know I spoke to one person who actually didn't even realize that she wasn't linking to us, but we had 86 links to that person, but they have 0 going back. We typically have a lot of links going to each site, but I need people to understand that they may not have links coming back to us, and that is simply shooting yourself in the foot. That is simply not capitalizing yourself, because you can see how powerful the BASI domain is. If you are not riding, I equate it, Paul, I don't know if this is a good analogy, but I equate it to a cyclist. Mm-hmm. And cyclists try get behind the lead cyclist so they can draft, meaning that the lead cyclist drags them along. And I want BASI, all the BASI people, licensees, hosts, and partner studios to draft behind us. Let us take the main thrust of the wind. Let us forge that path. And all I'm asking you, to do is be behind us, with us, and let us pull it along together. We need to work as one. A cycling team works as one. They always draw behind someone.
Absolutely, and it makes total sense to be able to do that. It's not that complicated, because here I've just sorted the partners by the domain rating, and BASI Japan is just a butt-kicking site as well. It's a DR48, and it has 297 referring domains. Look at the traffic it gets, 20,000 visitors a month. I mean, that is a strong website. So if anybody's getting a link back from BASI Pilates Japan, that's going to help. And in Germany's case, again, you know, it's got 42 referring domains. That's enough to give it 40, but it's not getting a ton of traffic. So it's all about the traffic. It's all about linking back from one to the other. And the more links you have, the more powerful you're going to get. The more powerful your site is, the more Google looks at you as an expert in your niche. And when you're an expert in your niche, you're going to get the search traffic, because Google's entire goal is to end search. That's all they want to do. Someone's looking for a Pilates studio near me. They're going to find the most powerful, most relevant site. They're going to give the traffic to that site. And this is the number one way, the simplest way to get more traffic.
Well, may I ask a question?
Sure.
On Germany, because obviously we're doing well. What you see below under basisystems.com is also my site, which unifies my area. However, I have put links on every single page of my site. For international, please visit basipilates.com, international courses under basipilates.com, and so on. And I've spent quite a lot of time on doing that to really link it. So I don't know what organic traffic, why it doesn't reflect. What can I do better?
Okay, so in your case, this is you right here, correct?
Right. Yeah, there, and the fourth one is the main page where I operate all my countries from.
Okay, so BASI Pilates Natex is one?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's getting a little bit more traffic. Most of the time, the problem with a link, okay, so there's BASI Pilates. That's...
Yeah. Then go on the main one. Just on the, no, take the fourth one. Okay.
Yeah. Let me just throw it in here, and I'll just tell you why. A lot of the reasons why you may have the links, but you're not ranking, probably because you don't have the keyword in the anchor text. And if you can get the keyword or even your name in the anchor text, it does boost the rankings considerably. My site's acting up on me. Here we go. Okay. I'll quickly just try to, everything's going slow on me here today. Yikes. Okay, there we go. So we'll just take 2 minutes and quickly review the site, and I'll tell you why or why not.
But this is not my domain. Okay.
Oh, that's not you?
That's me. That's me now.
Oh.
Yeah, that's me. Okay.
This is you, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's just going to populate here, and what I want to check is the anchor text, just to make sure, because you've got to have, you know, with the studios, you really have to have two things. Number one, you have to have what you do, which is Pilates, and number two, you have to have where you're from, which is the geolocation. So I mean, the site's it's getting 238 keywords, traffic of 213. Let's see. This is the anchor text. This is what links one site to the next. And you can see that most of the anchor text here does not have a lot of keywords in it. And when I say keywords, it's all about, keywords are the ones that actually have traffic. And what you're trying to do is get in front of the traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the traffic is going to come from a big keyword. If the keyword has no traffic, then you can rank number one for it, and you won't get any visitors.
Sorry, please interrupt me. I don't want to hijack this meeting, but I really want to understand. And Helmut, my web designer, cannot be part of it. Can you just go on on this website on the normal landing page? just for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
So these are your outbound links.
Right. And then if you
Yeah.
look here, you know, it says, for example, on the right side, it has the link international. So it has all the countries and it has international. It links right to the international website, and it continues like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then you see it here on the further down, click here to visit Pilates International. So I have done a lot to really always constantly link it.
Yeah, so you're outbound linking. You can link outbound to 1,000 sites and it won't rank you at all. All that matters are inbound linking.
Okay.
So it's about who's linking to you. And this is where the reciprocal comes. So you're being kind enough to link to all these other people on the page. Your job now is to make sure they're linking back to your site.
Okay, I'm linking to BASI International. The rest is mine. But I understand the interaction. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So does that make sense to everybody? It's not so much how many outbound links you're doing. That's not going to get you traffic. It's the links inbound to your site that are going to get you the traffic.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is who BASI is linking to, and then these are the people that are linking back to BASI. So BASI needs to get some links in return. Germany is linking out to BASI 4 times. Italy 475 times. Now it doesn't really matter the quantity. You know, anything beyond 2 or 3 links, it's not going to change it, because Google knows that, you know, if you had one website and you link to another website 1,000 times, that's not going to rank them, right? Google only counts the 1 link. That's how it comes. So this page for BASI should be filled with all the partners. And really the hosts, I don't know why a host wouldn't link back to BASI. Because in return, they're going to get a link as well, and everybody's going to be happy. So maybe it's going to take a few months for this to all roll into place, and Sechkin and I can work on this, you know, creating a list. But for the most part, it's you know, if you get a link from BASI, you got a link to BASI. That's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Paul, you know, I don't want to take too much of your time, and I hope everyone else is still on the call, Sechkin and Anko and Seda. Anyway, I just want to again stress that a relationship is always a two-way stream, and we are trying to do as much as we can to take the headwind, but we're asking people to come along with us. I did ask Paul to go over sites that have 0 links towards us, but you know, it'll just take more time. But there are a lot of sites that we're referring to, we're linking to, that have 0 links towards us. Besides hurting us, it's most of all hurting those sites. That's the crazy thing. This costs nothing, and yet it's hurting you more than anyone. It's like shooting yourself in the foot. There's no other way of putting it. And it is crazy not to do it. One other thing that we've done that I want everyone to know is we've now made our maps on our site, meaning when you go to hosts, when you go to licensees, and when you go to partner studios, it's not yet live. It's a development site right now, but we're looking at it. We're putting the finishing touches to it. It's an interactive map. So you see, it's not just a show map, it's an interactive map. You see all the licensees around the world. You click on any licensee, it will then take you to the page of that licensee on our site. And from that page of the licensee on our site, it can take you out to their personal site. Now, when you look at the hosts, it's brilliant. You see them all over the world, but there are locations that have a concentration of hosts that are not represented there. So you see blank, you just see a country, a region with no BASI, and yet I know that it is full of BASI. That means that they are missing out, because as you take your mouse over any one of those sites, it becomes, bye. it becomes, as you take your mouse over any one of those sites, it'll take you to your own personal page on our site. And then from there, it goes out. Now, our site is a very powerful site. It's like saying to you all, we want to give you thousands of dollars of marketing dollars every month. Please, please take these dollars. Take these marketing dollars. Take this value. And you say, no, I don't think I need to. I don't really want to. But why don't you want to? Don't you want to get more traffic? Don't you want to get more business? Don't you want to be more expert? No, I don't think I will. I think I'll just hang loose and not be part of it. Why? I ask myself all the time, why? So every one of you has a page on the BASI site. It's like your own mini site. You can do with it what you want. You can put whatever pictures up there you want. You can make it look as beautiful as you want. You can do anything with it. And anyone that comes to the BASI site now has yet another way to get to your personal page. It's beautiful, it looks good, it functions well, it will be released within the next month. All we're doing is changing colors now. It's just
and I just want to say, Rael, for that, what you're talking about, I mean, you're basically getting, you know, that inner page in the BASI site is pre-powered, if you will. So it's got all these thousands of links hitting the BASIPilates.com page, and then that power trickles out to the inner pages. So most of the studios and licensees should be looking at that inner page on the BASI site as a second sort of hook in the water, if you will, you know, as a second marketing magnet, because it's like another website that can help you. And if that's linking out to your website and then your website links back to that, that's a very simple thing to do. And you're going to generate business, because I know for a fact, we've looked at the traffic that comes from the BASIPilates.com website. It outranks, in most cases, gets more traffic than the local host does. Why? Just because it's a more powerful site. Now, Rael and Stella, they don't want that traffic. I mean, they'd rather give that back to the local site. What's the point, right? You just want to divert that traffic. So there's a lot of good things can happen from that inner page on the BASI site. By far, I've been beating that drum for a while. That is a critical factor, a gift for the partners.
Right. At the very least, link back to your own page.
Yes, absolutely.
At the very least.
Absolutely.
So with that, I don't want to take any more of everyone's time, including Paul's and Seshkin. Seshkin, do you have any words to finish off with? Seshkin still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, this has been really helpful, I believe. And the most important thing, as we mentioned, and we need to work with some more with Paul. And I think we should be coming up with more detail and more easy to operate things. And it is. I always find it very easy to remember and understand that we need to connect ourselves in all means, and that's one of the most important things, because we are all online. That is the most important thing, that we need to be connected, reconnected, and these technical details, we all are here for your support.
Exactly. I think that is the great word and concept to finish with. We are all connected in a physical and metaphysical way. That's why I love the internet. It connects us all. It keeps us connected. We are one. And as long as we are one, united we stand, and we will be very, very, very powerful. Hard advertising in magazines, Seshkin knows how much we spend on hard advertising. It pales. It's so little in comparison to what you get on the internet. You pay thousands of times more and you get so much less. I don't even know why we do it, but we carry on doing it. We like seeing our picture up there. But the fact is, we pay thousands for it. This is free. And as long as we stand together, and that's what epitomizes BASI Pilates, is that we are one. We're a family. And if we stand together, we are powerful. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Seshkin, and everyone else for joining the meeting. We will make this meeting public for all the host licensees and partner studios. Thank you, everyone. Have a great week.